Hey, everybody. Live from Kitale, Kenya.
Hey, everybody, welcome in. As you come in, we want to engage with you. So drop your names in the chat so that we can see who you are, where you're streaming from, so we can say hello to you personally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we are live in Kitale, Kenya. This is, we've just concluded day 4 of our mission trip. And so we had a little time and we said, hey, let's get this out of the way. Now, we are 7 hours ahead
Right.
from where we're from,
Right.
EST time.
Right.
If you're Central Time, we are 8 hours ahead. And if you are on the West Coast, we are 9 hours, 9 hours ahead.
Yeah, something like that. 10 hours ahead.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, 11 something or midnight. Yep, almost midnight here.
It's midnight here. Yeah.
Yep, and you guys are just in the middle of your day. So, but anyway, we thought we'd come and we would give an update on what's been going on, I guess, from our perspective. And we know that there have been many of you who have been following us, looking at the pictures and posts, and we have so many more to put up that we have not put up yet.
Oh my God.
So many more. But we're grateful that you're following and tuning in and watching the journey and the process. So we're just going to chit chat. Yep. Take you from day 1 to day 4 where we are right now.
And we also want the people who have donated to the cause to be able to see and understand what we're doing and just take you through what we've accomplished so far. It's only day 4, but my God, haven't we done a lot?
Goodness,
we have done a lot. We have impacted lives. We have done so. Let's just get into it.
Yes.
Let's just get into
it. All right, so day 1 technically was the 14th when all the missionaries arrived. So though Elder Joan and I were here a day earlier, day 1 technically was when they arrived. And so they got here on the 14th.
Yeah.
Late at night, Kenya time. It was middle of the day like this for you all. But we were at the airport until about, I don't know, one something
in the morning.
Yes, waiting for all of the missionaries to come in. And so we had a wonderful welcome. And we could talk about when we arrived and when the other missionaries arrived too. But we had a wonderful welcome. There were so many people at the airport.
Yeah, it was amazing. And what I love is the hospitality and the caring and the genuine love of the Kenyan people for the missionary. You feel it. There are several of our missionaries that said they feel like they're home.
Yes.
Because of how they are being treated. It's been a phenomenal experience so far. Of course, we've had some, rocky road, but that is to be expected, right? So we're going to share some of that with you too. We don't want you to think that it's all sunshine and roses, right?
Yeah.
We had a little rain here and there. And we want to share the rain with you because guess what? We know where our next trip is going to be.
Absolutely.
Right? So we want to inspire you if you're watching or if you have a heart for mission, you have a heart for serving, you have a heart for giving, a heart for, making disciples. We want you to stay tuned to these Facebook channels. She's got a lot of channels up here. I'm looking at all of her channels, wherever you're watching from, because we have an opportunity that we'll share with you sometime in October. As to where we're going next year.
Yeah, absolutely. We're actually going to leak where we're going sometime in the next day or 2.
Yes.
And then in October, we'll have some more official.
That's when it's going to be exciting.
This is.
Oh my God.
It's going to be exciting.
Yes.
But anyway, back to the welcome. So we had an amazing welcome. We had. There were bishops and pastors there. We're talking late at night, and they're there with their children,
first ladies.
Yes.
It was just amazing. Flowers for every single missionary.
Yes.
And they came, they stayed, they wait till they got off the plane, they wait till they came out. We danced, we did, the media team was there.
The media team.
Oh my God, it was amazing. It created such we were at one point when they came off the plane. I mean, one of the bishop started dancing.
Yes.
Started dancing with one of the missionaries because she was so happy to have her feet on the soil of Mama Africa.
Yes.
And by the way, that's what they call Lexi down
Oh.
here. They're calling her Mama Africa, but she also have a Kenyan name that means seed sower, which is amazing. It's so much that's been going on here. So go ahead, Pastor.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had this great welcome.
Mhm.
So so then the work actually began the following day,
Mhm.
which was the 15th. That was Friday. And so we arrived in Nairobi. So we stayed in Nairobi for a couple of days. So the 15th,
Mhm.
we got up. We had some more media stuff to do.
Yeah.
We also were able to present Pastor Ronald
Yes.
Makoka the support we were giving him, and his church for a mission station that they're putting up, and that was amazing.
That was amazing.
To see that. I don't even know if we've posted pictures for that yet or not, but we were able to do that. So we had the whole, real big check thing.
T-shirts.
Yep.
A U.S. flag pin.
Yes, that we gave him.
That we gave him.
Yeah, and he was so grateful.
Yeah.
So grateful. So they'd be able to continue, to put the mission station up.
Right.
So that was awesome. And then the next thing we were going to do was the next thing we did was to go and feed the community. So here they call it the slums. And so they took us to a slum area, which back home, I guess we would call ghetto, the projects.
Ghetto, right.
But this is even worse than not the people,
right?
The condition.
Oh my God.
Of the place,
right,
is worse than what we could.
We have what do you call those people? A troll.
Oh, a troll. Yeah. I saw it coming like. Get on out of here.
Get out of here, you idiots.
So we took a bus ride over there, and as we got off the bus, it's really interesting because it's also in an industrial area.
Yes.
So there's a lot of people working and everything over there.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, the word slums, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, really? You don't remember the movie Slumdog Millionaire? I do remember that movie. Yeah, even though it was in India, but that is the whole,
And here's the thing, to see it in real time is, hey Angie! To see it in real time is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
To hear about it, to see it in a movie, to see it in pictures, right? Because, movie, they set the scene and but to see it in real life, to see how the kids live, the adults live, to see the place was.
It was something.
It was something else.
I mean, trash is
everywhere, piled high.
Yeah.
There is like sewage water that runs through the whole place. There are these shanty makeshift homes.
Yeah.
And to get to the area of the slum, by the way, where we went was like 3 slums connected, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 slums connected. And our goal was to go there and do a community feeding of about 300 people.
Mm-hmm.
And to get to the church that is in the slums, you have got to walk across this where the sewer water runs, right? And so there is this wooden makeshift walkway bridge. Listen, I saw myself falling through those woods. Like in my head, I saw it.
Yeah. I'm trying to picture one of those things somehow you see on the movie where they're walking across these wooden planks, but it's in the air and it has the ropes.
Yeah.
It was the wooden planks like that, and then all you see was this ditch where all the sewage water and all of that is,
Mm-hmm.
and the planks, like you can tell this has been there for I don't know how many
Yeah.
million years. And so you look at it, and it's like, and it looks, it's kind of
It's
shaky.
shaky. And then they tell you, don't walk on the edge.
Right.
Walk in the middle.
Walk in the middle.
Like,
oh my goodness.
what?
And really, it was only about 3 steps, right? So
Yeah.
don't worry, it wasn't like we had to do this
Right,
whole long trek
right.
across a bridge, but just even that, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that we don't
think about.
We don't think about, right? Most of us walk out of our house, we got these, sidewalks, and, at most maybe you live in an area where your sidewalks
Right.
aren't really level,
Yeah.
or, they're cracked up or whatever. But this was, yeah.
And one of the things that I ask, what makes it different? What makes a slum different from a place that is not considered a slum, but more than a project, is that they don't have certain things. So some of them don't have sewage, like, water that's going in and out. So the sewage goes wherever. Children walk barefooted. The place is muddy. There is random bouts of electricity throughout, so not everybody has electricity.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's like nothing that I've experienced. And one of the things that I saw or I felt was, now picture this. Can I set this up, Pastor Lexi?
You set it up because I was going there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Picture this. There is this bus, right, with Tupac Shakur at the top of the bus. That was our bus. That was
Tupac
our bus.
all over the bus.
Tupac all over the bus. This is the bus that pulled up to the slums. And all of a sudden, like 25 people walk off of this bus dressed in orange t-shirts, right, with tags around our neck. Yeah. They obviously knew we were not from there.
Right. Obvious. So obvious.
We look out of place. We different, right? And so this road is busy, right, with traffic.
Oh my gosh! Just crossing the road.
You couldn't even cross. So
they don't care enough about people crossing the road.
They don't
right?
care.
People were out there trying to stop the cars so we could. Anyway.
And then finally, 2 of our support team here just stood in the road and stopped the cars going one way, stopped the cars going the other way. And then we all trekked across the road. Traffic stopped while we walk across the road to the slums.
Yeah.
Right. So that was a spectacle. Right. And then here we are walking across this, and everybody is like, oh my God. So they knew we weren't from there.
Right.
Right. And then the walkway to get to the church is kind of slanted.
Yes.
And the road is wet and mucky. So
yes.
I'm looking down the whole time because I'm like, if I slide, I'm going into the dirty water. So like, I did not want to slide. And I looked up and people are videotaping us.
Yes.
And they look so angry, so mad. And the only thing I could do, I just did a thing. And then they busted out laughing.
Yeah.
In that moment, I recognized something, Pastor Lexi. I recognize that it's not that they're angry, right? I think they're putting up a wall to say these people are coming to judge us. Mm-hmm. These people are coming to see our area. It's different. It's dirty. It's a slum. And what will they say about us living here? I feel like that was the stance that they had. But the minute we smiled or the minute we made a gesture, you could see they opened up and they smiled back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, to think about it though, would you be any different? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter what neighborhood you live in, right? When you see a big crowd of people coming in the neighborhood, they're not from there. You're kind of looking at them like, what's your purpose here?
Yeah.
Like, why are you here? You're kind of sizing them up. So that's what it was. But like Joan said, they weren't angry at all.
Mm-mm.
In fact,
wow. Yeah.
In fact, they were very happy.
Oh my God.
They were a very happy, joyful people. So as we continue to walk to the church and we get to the church and, people are, greeting us and all this stuff, and we go in and they are having worship. I mean, they are singing and praising, and in the midst of all of that we just described.
Yeah.
Right. Yet there was so much joy.
Yeah.
So much joy. And one of the gentlemen that I got to talk to, he was the interpreter that day. He said we had an opportunity to have a conversation, and he says, we just want to have that joy that you all have.
Yeah.
And I was like, the joy we have? I was like, oh no, we want the joy that you have. And so we laughed because I was like, yeah, we have this things that greener on the other side, type of thing going on. But what I said to him was, I said, we both have the same joy.
Yeah.
And that joy is the joy of the Lord.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
she can tell you, I think I cried the whole way. I think I cried. The minute this is what happened. When we got to the building that houses the church, we heard all of this singing. So we knew that they were in worship mode. Somebody must have said, our visitors are here, because the minute we started walking in was this like thunderous shout and scream erupted and clapping. And I'm thinking to myself, is that for us? And it was. Mm-hmm. And as we each walked into the church, I was overcome with emotion. I lost it, because how the moment was compelling. The moment was profound. It was like nothing that I've ever experienced. These are our brothers and sisters. This is our people. And I came in 2021 to Kenya, and I saw affluence. Mm-hmm. And this time I saw the opposite of that. And I was just blown away by how they live. But yet to see the joy in them blows me away. Mm-hmm. And it makes me realize that I take things for granted. Mm-hmm. I have a car, I have a home, I have a this, I have a that, I have, and I still feel like I don't have enough. Mm-hmm. And these people have nothing, literally, but themselves and each other.
Yeah.
And it was just overwhelming.
It was overwhelming. I'll tell you what another overwhelming moment was for me. Hey, Patricia. Good to see you. She said, thank you so much for sharing. And I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing this experience. How incredibly, what does that say?
Emotional. Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
That's exactly how I feel. Yeah.
So another moment that was very overwhelming, and there were several moments that day.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But another moment that was overwhelming, they introduced this lady named Mama Judy.
Oh my God.
And Mama Judy is she's what her name says. She's like one of the mothers of the community, but it's a young lady. Mm-hmm. This is not, sometimes when you hear mother, you think, old. And so they introduce her, and they're talking about her because she is responsible for the children, for educating the children in this area.
Right.
So she walks in, they're talking about everything that she does, from feeding them to educating them to just, being who she is to them. Right. And she's walking in with all these, she comes up, and then all these children follow behind her. It was a lot of them too. And it wasn't even all of the children from the school. They just brought a portion of them. And to hear what she was doing, because I don't think, I think that she just saw this need.
Yeah.
And she decided that this was what she was going to do.
That's exactly what they said. She recognized that the kids weren't really going to school. And they were maybe like kindergarten age and a little bit older. And she saw the need, and she started the school for them in the slums. And I think what blew me away was when she said, I know you might look at our circumstances and say, that we don't have much, but we work with what we have. Mm-hmm. And that was just so powerful.
Right.
You might see us looking up in the ceiling. There's something flying. We in Africa,
It's a
y'all.
dragonfly.
It's a dragonfly.
It's
We are in
harmless, but
everything
a
you
little,
see.
you know.
Yeah, you see everything here.
yeah, like lizards.
Yeah.
all of that.
Oh, they call them gecko. I'm like, no, thank you.
So yeah, and they, the children, all of that, they just seemed so happy and
Yeah.
proud, and
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
So you went away feeling like,
I went away feeling full because we got a chance to feed them. We came
Mhm.
from the United States and we served them
yes,
their food.
it was amazing. It was awesome.
It
was
was
a good time.
awesome. It was awesome.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
So we were, and the place is really small,
Mhm.
so they had the food kind of set up along that back wall. And so we're
Mhm.
handing plates this way and handing plates out the door. And
It's everywhere.
Yes, it was just that we're trying to, squeeze around and get around. But it was such a good time. And
I also think they walked away from this whole experience feeling as if we love and care for them enough
Yep.
because we eat the same food
Yep.
that they
Yep.
served.
Yep. After we got done serving them, we sat down and ate the same food.
Same food.
Yep.
Right. And I think that made a difference in all of them.
Absolutely.
That was a game changer for this particular experience.
Yeah. And the missionaries were also very emotionally
Yeah.
overwhelmed.
Oh my God.
By the whole experience. I think because many of them, this is their first time
Mhm.
to Africa and doing missions. And so, this is the first day, and then this is what they're seeing and all of that. And many of them express like, wow, we sit here and we complain about this or we complain
Right.
about that. And, look at what's going on here.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that was day one. So day two.
Mm-hmm.
Day two, now we're taking our trek to Kitale.
Right.
So now remember, our flights have gotten in late at night. We're back up Friday morning. We go to the slums. We feed, we have a whole program. We feed the community. We get back home. It's late.
Yep.
We debrief a little bit. We got to get up now next morning, 5 a.m. So we could get on this bus and go to Kitale.
Yes.
Which was an 8-9 hour
drive.
So we decided that, and we decided this beforehand.
Yeah.
But we decided, okay, we're going to have to make this long trek because we can't logistically work it out with the flight from Nairobi to Kitale. So let's just make like a tourism day out of it.
Yeah.
We bounced around with what kind of activities for
right
back and forth, but then we settled on some things. So we got our start 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Everybody was up and
ready
to go. And we got on that bus.
Lord have mercy.
We got on the bus and listen. All right, so we got on the bus. Now every seat on the bus is taken. And we didn't necessarily know that this was going to be the case, but at this point, every seat on the bus is taken because we've got to take the chef and we got to take the media team and we got to take, whoever.
Yeah.
And so, we have to pile the luggage up, in the back and in the front area in the front. And so that was interesting. That was very, very interesting. So, we get going. And so the roads there, initially it was fine because there was this stretch of expressway. Nairobi in the city, the roads are better. There's more infrastructure there. And there was an expressway and that was fine. But then once you get out of the city, oh yeah, bumpy town, bumpy town. And so imagine bumpy town for like 7 hours. It was something, and we did make stops along the
We
way.
did.
'Cause like we said, we turned it into a tourism thing. So I think like a couple hours in,
Yeah.
we made our first stop.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the place.
The name of that Lookout Mountain.
It was
I don't know.
nice.
It's beautiful. You can see the whole one whole city. It was gorgeous.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
And one of the driver's attendant, the assistant, was saying that in that area, he
Mhm.
said that people don't shop for food.
No,
He said they eat of the land.
the land. So
And I was
whatever they
like,
plant
That is amazing.
and grow, yeah. they
Because
eat.
we're always talking about, I know my husband and I and certain other friends, we're always talking about how we need to grow
our own foods.
our own
Yeah.
foods. And here you have this whole community of people who just eat off the land.
Yeah.
Like that's what we need to be doing.
Yeah.
So that was nice. And then of course they had they had a souvenir shop up there.
Mhm.
You got to dress like
I got to
lost
dress like-
Eskimo.
Just like an Eskimo. That was hilarious.
You look like an Eskimo,
Right,
but I think
it's
it's like Kenyan war.
Yeah,
gear or
Kenyan
something.
warm headwear and like their, what do you call that? Their shield.
Kind of shield.
It was
or
kind of
something.
shield, African shield.
Yeah. I was like, you look like the lost
I
Eskimo.
know.
On the wrong side of the
Right,
hemisphere.
right.
So that was fun. And, we got to buy a couple things. They had the Maasai blankets and things like that.
Mhm.
And the other thing that was cool was that, our bus drivers and then the other attendants and people on the team on the Kenyan side, were there to help us kind of negotiate prices and things because of course they say they tend to take advantage of, tourists.
Because the minute they heard our accent, they knew we weren't from Kenya.
Exactly. So they were like, listen, just tell us what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And we will go over there and speak with them so that you get the
Price.
a reasonable price.
Right.
And I always love coming to African shopping because everything is a negotiation.
Yeah.
It
truly is.
Yeah, everything is a negotiation. So anyway, people bought a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then there were some of us who used the restroom.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. And you might be like, Anne, what's the big deal about that?
Yeah.
But you have to understand,
Yeah.
the restrooms here are nothing but a hole in the ground. There's no toilet paper. Okay, so when we were preparing the missionaries, we like carry wipes, baby wipes, or something to wipe wipe yourself. In case we have to stop somewhere.
Yeah, and that's on the roads, right?
Yeah, that's on
where
the
we
roads.
stay have the bathrooms, but
With
on the
the
roads,
toilets,
yeah.
right. So other than that, on the roads, it's just this hole in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling the missionaries, I was like, really, truly, and honestly, even our bathrooms, it's just a glorified hole in the hole in the ground. There's a hole in the ground, and we just happen to have this
Fancy bowl.
fancy little bowl
Connected to a water pipe. And then flushes it. That's it. That's
down a hole. So that was an experience for some.
Yeah.
And there were some like, I'm not going in there because of course they're smelling it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, when you actually go in there, it was fairly clean.
Yeah.
But of course it's just a hole.
Yeah.
So so there was going to be a smell. So that was interesting.
That
So
was
we
very
get back
interesting.
on the bus and now
Go to the museum.
yes, we stop in Nakuru City. But before we went to the museum, we stopped to have something to eat.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we had breakfast
Yes.
at our host, Hope and Destiny Foundation, Jessica and Patrick, Minister Patrick and Lady Jessica had some friends there.
Mm-hmm.
And so they greeted us with a little something for breakfast.
Yeah.
And that was cool. Although they were like, hurry up and eat because
I
we
know.
gotta get to the museum.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to get to the museum.
Yeah. So it was cool. We ate the tea.
Oh my God, the tea. The tea is amazing, right? Because normally I don't drink milk.
You neither.
Most of us don't drink milk, but their milk here, I don't know what it is about it, but their milk here does not didn't affect any of our stomachs.
None of it.
None.
Yeah.
None. Everybody who has a problem with milk here drank the tea. Nobody's stomach
Had any issues.
has had any issues.
Yeah. And we sucked that tea down every day,
Oh,
about
every
3
day.
times a day.
Every day. And all it is African black tea
Yeah.
with steamed milk. That's
Yeah,
it.
That's it.
That's it. Steamed milk and the tea.
Yep. But it's amazing.
It's amazing.
I don't know. It's just something soothing and
Oh
calming
my
and
God.
even healing about it,
Yeah.
I guess. But
Yeah.
maybe it's all in our mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's good.
It's
And like
very
she
good.
said, it hadn't affected anybody.
Yeah.
So anyway, back on the bus. Now we go to the museum.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
That was very cool, but I was not going to walk up that hill.
Okay, but before the hill, so Elder Joan and I have to use the bathroom. I go to the bathroom every couple hours, right? So we have to use the bathroom. So they tell us, oh, the bathroom's over there. You know, and that's how they give directions. Oh, over there. You know, so we start walking because we see this one building. And then there's this dog
Sitting at the entrance.
We're like, we're supposed to go in there.
No, we're not. We're not going to a toilet with a dog guarding the door.
Dog guarding the door.
No.
But listen, the dog didn't have any teeth.
How did you know that? we don't know if that's the truth.
No, it's the truth. It's the truth. I didn't see it when we first went, but the dog was walking around after we came down off the hill. We'll talk about the hill in a moment. But when we got off the hill, the dog was actually walking the grounds. And so he didn't have any teeth. As some of the others who saw it. The dog did not have any teeth.
They said it, but I thought they were joking. The dog lost his teeth because of bad diet.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, that was hilarious. Hey, Bishop Jacob, good to see you. And it was good to see you Friday.
Yes.
It was great to meet you in person. So anyway, we check out the stuff going on in the museum.
Right.
And then our tour guide begins to take us on this walk.
Right.
Now, I had no idea really that we were going up a mountain per se. I thought we were going to see something else.
Right.
She was taking us around the grounds. We saw some tortoises, and I learned some stuff about the tortoises.
Yeah.
And then we saw a couple other animals or whatever, and then she was walking. Now, I had no idea we were getting ready to go up this mountain. I thought we were just going to see some more animals or something, right? And so we start walking, and we're making this trek, and we going up, and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm like, all right.
Everybody turned back.
When we started out with, we've been talking about 20-something people getting off the bus, right? So we walking la 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 la, right? So it's the guide, it's one of our missionaries, Kali, it's the chef, Victor, myself, Patrick. We're kind of leading the pack,
right?
And then people were behind us,
right?
You know, little line behind us. So we walk in, la 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 la. Then we're starting to go up and more up and more up, and so we turn around.
Nobody's there. We all turned back. We were not going up no mountain. No siree.
About 20 people turned back. I was like, where did they go? Now listen, and I said on my Facebook Live, I was like, see, I told them, so because we do, it was almost a year of preparation. And you wouldn't believe that you could have that much preparation for a mission trip, but it was all needed, right? But one of the things that I was saying to the missionaries, or when I was like, hey, make sure you get out and walk every day. Right, because I like to get out and do, a few miles. I do about 5 miles, there, whatever. I didn't tell them to do 5 miles. Right. I was just saying, hey, get out and walk, because when we go to do mission work, we're going to be on our feet, for a while, or we're going to be moving from place to place. We may have to walk places we don't know, right? So I was like, get out and walk. So we going up this mountain. We turn back. It is like,
nobody. We all turned back. First of all, we knew we had another 7 hours on this bus.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, I'm not going up the mountain. And then people just said, me neither.
Now, Joan literally can't do the mountain.
Right.
Okay. There's a medical reason why she cannot do the mountain. Right. But everybody else, I was just like, y'all are wild. It's just, I think it was amazing seeing you good people. I'm just enjoying listening to your experiences.
Thank you, Bishop.
Yeah, so we get to the top of the mountain finally, and
Beautiful.
it was a pretty nice
Yeah.
climb. And so yeah, I'm thinking, I was like, yeah, a lot of people wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get to the top, but it was
Oh my God,
beautiful up
yeah.
there. The scenery was beautiful, so you could see Nakuru City,
Yeah.
and then you could see Nakuru Lake in the background,
Wow.
and it was just beautiful, and the colors of the different
Yeah.
buildings and the sky and everything. It was just absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah.
Like, it was well worth the walk
climb.
up there. It was
Mhm.
well worth the climb.
Yeah.
Then we came on down,
Came on down.
and
Stopped
Yeah,
at the
we-
market.
yes, we then stopped at the mall. We stopped at the
Mhm.
market. People got whatever
Yeah.
they felt like they needed to get,
Yeah.
and then
And then we head on back.
got back on the
Got-
bus.
Mhm.
And then it was straight into Kitale, right?
Yeah.
No more stops unless we absolutely needed to.
Yeah.
So, we were on this trek now, and they said, "Oh, we got about 4 hours, 4 hours left."
4 hours turning to six,
Yeah.
7, maybe.
Maybe
It was
6, maybe for
It was
sure.
12 hours. It was a 12-hour trip.
Yeah, but because we stopped,
Stopped, yeah,
we
yeah.
made the stops or
Yeah.
whatever.
So about
Yeah,
3
that's
hours
all.
within all of that.
So
Yeah.
yes, so now the crazy thing is, there are a few of us on the bus that are not feeling well in the
Mm.
stomach, but we really didn't know. Like, there were a couple that you knew because it was quite visible that
Yeah.
they weren't feeling well, and then there were some of us, including myself, like, that folks probably didn't know because
Yeah.
it wasn't quite as visible, right?
Right.
So now imagine your stomach is all, gurgly and all this kind of stuff. And for me, I know, like, that happens to me on occasion from travel, just from
Yeah.
traveling. It's not about the food. It's just travel.
Yeah.
It's something about going into another region, even within the US,
Yeah.
going into another region or, country or whatever. And sometimes maybe it's the time difference. I don't know, but my stomach will sometimes just be out of whack.
Yeah.
So imagine now your stomach is out of whack and you're on these bumps, the bumpy bus ride, right? Right? You're on this bumpy bus ride.
Just like
I'm just praying. I'm praying. Oh, Lord God, hold it all in. Can you please hold it all in? Just hold it all in. I'm praying. I'm taking deep breaths. I'm doing everything, y'all. Everything. And I'm not the only one. Like,
No.
there were some other people.
My leg hurt so bad that I thought I was going to lose my limb. So there was somebody in the bus massaging my leg. They put the leg on their shoulder and were massaging. It was all kind of shenanigans.
All
Because
kind of shenanigans.
We
going
were
on.
trying our best to just cope with because remember, we all came in late, right?
Yeah.
Then we're up early. Then we serve the whole day. We go back up early again. So it's just been kind of like no rest, right? People said like we haven't gotten any rest, and here's this 12-hour trip, with all the stops involved. So by the time we get to maybe hour 10, people were just losing it. They were losing
People
it.
lost it.
Yeah, people lost it. They lost
And we
it.
don't mean like people were going off or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
We're talking about those who were like feeling
ill.
ill.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, can't take no more. Like,
Yeah.
this has got to stop.
Yeah, but you know
So-
what? We all jumped in.
Yep.
We all took care of those that weren't feeling well.
Yeah.
We loved on each other. We just jumped in and did what we had to do to support the missionaries and head on through to Kitale. And man, that welcome
made it worth
Oh my God.
that whole bus trip.
Oh my God.
The welcome was amazing. So we're pulling up into the place where we're going to be staying, which is the Amagoro Country
And it's
Estate.
beautiful. You
It's
can see
beautiful here.
It is unbelievable.
So I mean, the home is beautiful, but the grounds
Oh my God.
are beautiful. It's just peaceful.
Mhm.
Besides the lizards and the
Lizards and the things flying. Yeah.
it's all good. But it's beautiful here. So we're pulling in, and as we're, getting off the bus, they're singing. And these are people from the church where most of our work is happening at. So they're singing. It's such a beautiful song.
Yeah.
And, they got everybody's names, cards and a rose, and, they just, the singing and the greeting and the hugging and it was just amazing.
And the dancing. It was, yeah.
It really made that whole trip just worth it. Okay.
It was just worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then. So Joan and I met with the bishop and a few of their committee.
Their leaders, yeah.
And then after that, it was like time to go to our rooms, our homes. They're like little cottages, right? And they're not little, they're massive.
Huge, beautiful.
So we go, so it's like time to go to cottages, but we realized we found out there's no power.
There's no power on the whole grounds.
Power is out. Power is out.
Yeah.
Sun is getting ready to set.
Yeah.
Right. And then we got to put people in their rooms, but there's no power.
Yeah.
We don't really know when the power is coming back on. Some of our Kenyan team leaders, they're calling the power company, or the owners, and the owners of this place are calling the power company. The power company is like, oh, it'll be on at 5:30. 5:30 comes and goes. Oh, it'll be on at 8 something. It comes and goes. Oh, it'll be on at 10, comes and goes. Oh, it'll be on at 10:30, comes and goes, right? So anyway, we have no power.
And the water is cold.
And now we got to put people in these cottages.
Yeah.
It's dark. We've had a long
day.
Ride.
We had people that were sick.
Yeah.
And here we are, no power.
Yes.
But can I just tell you the lessons learned?
Oh my gosh.
The lessons learned on that whole day, that from 5 a.m. till midnight, whichever night, midnight, right? On day 3. The lessons learned were powerful. We had a debrief tonight and people saw themselves truly for who they are, right? People were convicted by maybe even their thoughts, maybe even their behavior, maybe even the words they use, right? And I think collectively the group recognized that this is bigger than us individually. And like I said to the group tonight, whenever you're doing something for God, whenever you're working on behalf of the Lord, it's not really easy. It's uncommon, right? And you're going to expect that things will happen, but it's how you deal with those things, right? I also share that my leg has been swollen like this big, right? And I almost thought about taking a plane ride to come to Kitale from Nairobi, but that would be just taking the easy way out. And we have 12 other people who were willing to sit through this ride no matter how long. So why would I, want to go take the easy way out when I'm a part of the leadership team of these missionaries? So I knew I would have a difficult time with my leg, but I was willing to push through it because I know it's bigger than Joan, right? And Lexi and I are partners on this. She's our lead. This is her mission team. We have trained these people our team. We have trained these people for a whole year. So what would that say about me training you to be able to be accepting and then going on a plane? But the thought crossed my mind.
Oh yeah.
It did cross my mind.
I wouldn't have even blamed her, honestly. I wouldn't have. I really wouldn't have,
Yeah. But I pushed through and we pushed through. And Pastor Lexi and I made sure that every individual got to their right rooms and were settled before we got to our rooms.
Absolutely. And that was important to us.
Yeah.
It was really important to us because here we are, the power is out. We had a long day, all this and that. So we just wanted to make sure as much as possible that people were settled and that, hey, listen, things are going to be okay. We trained for this.
Yeah.
We prepped for this. Just go back and reach for those tools.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Go back and reach for it. But today in that debrief, like Joan said, it was really beautiful because they were able to to really reflect
Yeah.
and talk about, what they could have done better,
Mhm.
or did they catch themselves and
Mhm.
do something in the moment, or
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was really amazing that they were that self-aware
Yeah.
and were willing to articulate
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and that let us know that they understand
Yep.
the
Sure
mission,
did. Yeah.
that they understand why we're here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then today,
Today,
day 4,
day 4,
we went to church.
we went to church. This was our first day in Katali.
Yes.
Day 1 of the mission in Katali,
Yeah.
but day 4. And so, we went to church this morning.
And I'm telling you, oh my God, when that bus pulled in
Yes.
to that church grounds,
Yes.
all we heard was singing.
Yes. Again.
And again. And there was this group of women dressed in blue, just singing and welcoming us. I'm telling you, the spirit here, the people, their heart, it's hard to put into words the nature of the Kenyan people.
Mm-hmm.
It truly
The
is.
welcome was amazing. And so then they sang us in to the
in
church. We
the
walked in, had
church.
this little,
Yeah.
what do they call it? It's a
Procession.
word, procession.
Procession. Yeah.
Into the church, but not, old stuffy processions.
Yeah,
like we
with the
see in
clubs
the
and all
US.
that stuff.
No,
Not
no,
that.
it wasn't that.
No,
It was just,
no.
it was really joyful
Yeah,
and really
singing, bringing
fun,
us in.
and
Yeah.
it was amazing. So we get into the church, and the program is
Mhm.
started, and Pastor Grace and Pastor Bryson, they both gave a word. They
Yeah.
were amazing.
Oh
by
my
the
God.
way, Pastor Bryson, I think,
Oh my
led in some
gosh.
worship, and that
then-
was amazing. And prayer,
Yeah.
that was amazing. And then Pastor Grace
She took
gave an
one thing
incredible
from
word.
the Bible and just woo.
gave an incredible word.
Oh my God. She didn't even have
Yeah.
a Bible in her hand.
No,
She just
Isaiah 6.
Yeah, that
She
was
read
it.
it. She put the Bible down,
Yeah.
and she went in.
Oh my God.
It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It was a great setup
Yeah.
for you and I.
Yes.
A great setup.
Yeah.
I was like, she is right in
She's
here.
right
She's
there.
right in
She's
here.
right in there. And then it was so funny because this morning in devotion, they read the scripture that I read today.
Yeah.
So it was like, wow, how God just set it up, because I had no idea that Sherry was going to, it was Sherry or Tammy? Tammy was going to read that scripture from Romans.
Yeah.
And here I had it for a part of my speaking
Pastor
topic.
Grace had
Mhm.
Isaiah 6, and I had Isaiah 6.
So it was just
crazy.
God just put it together
Yeah.
that way. And so Pastor Lexi spoke, I spoke, and then we were able, with the help of Pastor Grace, to welcome some souls into the kingdom of heaven, into God.
Yes, and I was trying to count, and I got lost. I think somewhere 13,
Yeah.
15, somewhere
Yeah.
in there, and they were all
not
not all. I think there was 1 or 2 adults, but
Okay.
outside of that, young people.
giving their lives to Christ. I mean, it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It was absolutely beautiful. And so we ask, that the bishop and his team take them under their wings and disciple them, because it's one thing for them to accept Christ at this young age, or whatever age they are or you are. But after that day, after you get baptized, what's next?
Mm-hmm.
Who helps you on the journey, right? To become better, to understand what Jesus is trying to tell you, and then how to go and witness to others as well, right? So there's a process. It doesn't just stop there.
Right.
And so everything kind of connected, with what I talked about, with what you talked about, and from Isaiah, and then what I talked about missions, and then how she brought them in. And then towards the end, we just asked people to come up, and if people were sick, and I got an opportunity to pray for those that were sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a wonderful first half of the day. So then after that, we left, we went to get lunch, and then we come back. And now it's time for, so there was a youth rally or youth summit, whatever you want to call it, but it was for the youth.
Yeah.
And so we knew the youth were going to be broken up into small groups, and we had some missionaries picked out ahead of time to lead some of the groups. Some of them weren't picked out ahead of time.
Sometimes some of them
There
just-
were slight changes in
Yeah.
like the age groups and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So, you know, you kind of have to go with the flow, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Because the thing is, they were so open to receiving from us, and then we were so happy to meet them there. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you're meeting someone that is not open, it's like a wall. But man, when you are bringing something and someone is receiving it, it's a beautiful connection.
Yeah.
And so they were open to receiving what each of us as missionaries had to say, and that whole group activity was phenomenal.
It was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, even the people that got in last minute, hey, go do that group.
Yeah.
Hey, go do that group.
Yeah.
And there you could see in their eyes, like, what?
Yeah.
I'm not prepared, you know?
Yeah.
But they were prepared.
Yeah.
They were prepared because we've been preparing for a whole year. So you may not have known you were going to have this assignment today, but you were prepared. They didn't know that, but they knew it after that.
Yeah.
They knew it after that. So the small groups went really well.
Yeah.
Everybody did an amazing job.
Yeah.
An amazing job. And they had such wonderful testimonies from.
And they were stretched.
Yes.
Because those who felt like, oh, I can't do this, I've never done this before, they stepped in and they just, my God.
And did it amazingly.
Oh my God.
Well.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And that's one thing, you know, when you're part of this mission team, you will be stretched.
Yep.
Because that's what the Lord would have.
Absolutely.
You know, it would be too easy to just come and just do something
just do that, you know,
like what I always do.
Yeah.
But I always do this.
Yeah.
I talked about in Isaiah 6 today, how Isaiah was being elevated to a new call. And, you know, I was saying to the missionaries, same thing, you're being, this is a new call. Now, whether you continue to do this or you don't or whatever, nonetheless, it's still a new call and it'll play out in your life, however it plays out from here. But I think they surprised even themselves.
Yeah.
So
it was amazing. I am so happy to be here. You know, the theme for this is, here am I, Lord, send me. And it's so profound because when you say, here am I, Lord, you're opening up every availability you have to the Holy Spirit. You're saying, I am the vessel, right? I am the vessel, use me. And when you answer that call, it's an honor to be working on behalf of God. And that's how I feel.
Yes.
It's an honor for me to stand side by side with my brother, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
My sibling in the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
To walk this out, because in Matthew 28, he talked about, I'm preparing you and I'm going to leave you. And now you're going to have to do what I do. I'm just paraphrasing that, right? But he has given us everything, right? To speak word over people and bless their lives, to heal them, to change them, and to make them into disciples so they too can do the same thing. It was that contract at the beginning, the Great Commission. I'm giving you life. I'm giving you every living, plant for you to eat, to sustain yourself. And all I expect in return is that you share the gospel with someone else. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, win souls, make disciples, and help build this kingdom. And I get to do that, you know, with Jesus Christ for the glory of God and the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's an honor for me.
Yes. And it's definitely an honor for me. And each time that I do this, I'm just like, I can't even believe all of this is going on. Like, I can't even believe what the Lord is doing.
Yeah.
You know, when you're just a willing vessel for the Lord and open to what he would have you to do, it's just amazing what can be accomplished. Because there was no way before I had been on some mission trips and decided, okay, I'm going to lead a team. I thought, I would just have about 5 or 6 people and people who were already experienced. And then God sent me about 15 people that had no experience. And I'm like, oh, Lord, we can't just go in there. I got to do some kind of training. So I put this training together. it's just amazing what he's done. And I can't take any credit for it, right? And now this training, now it's a certificate,
It's a
certification with a university, Global Impact University.
Yes.
And so the missionaries that come through can now be certified.
Mhm.
And so many more things
Have
like
been
with
added to it.
so many things have been added.
Wow.
We had a leader, Erica, who led a mission trip to Ghana under this organization, and there are going to be others, and it's just amazing what God is doing. And I can't believe what's being done. And so even as they sit here in Bishop kept calling me Mama Africa. And all that, I'm sitting there like, who are you talking about? Like, where's
that's what they were calling her, Mama Africa.
And
he is so right. Because if you think about it, you have led these successful missions right here into our home country.
It's just amazing. And I haven't done it alone at all. Like I said, first of all, it's God. He gets all the credit, right? Because I just, I listen. I try to listen. I try to do the best. I'm not perfect, but I try to listen and be obedient. Train and teach. And then our wonderful donors and
thank you to everyone who donated.
Yes.
You have no idea the impact your donations has made already. The impact. And I bring you thanks and joy and gratitude from the people of Kenya.
Yes.
So every dollar meant something. Every dollar was used to impact the lives of these people here. So thank you to those who donated.
Absolutely. I mean, we definitely could not have done it without you. And then, of course, there's the team, because there's no, you ain't got no team. There's nothing, there's nothing to get done. And so going from thinking like, who would follow? I literally, before, when I decided, okay, I'm gonna put a team together, I literally in my mind was thinking, ain't nobody gonna, who's gonna do this for me? Ain't nobody gonna go with me to.
I'm right here with you.
Yes. And I'm so glad for my co-lead.
Yes.
Joan.
Thank you.
We're like yin and yang.
Yes, we are.
We really are. So there are things that she's great at, and I can be like, you take it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's amazing. It's been a great partnership.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a great partnership.
And I've learned so much from you, even the way you put the strategy behind the mission, because this is not, hey, come, we're going to Africa. It's strategy, her strategy. Every single detail is detailed. Every detail is detailed. She opened a book the other day, and I'll literally say, oh my God, you have a missions Bible. And she does. Like, she can teach leaders to lead missions. That's how deep this book is. And that's the level of detail that goes into what she does. And it's very organized, and it's very intentional, and it's very strategic. And it was easy for me to come alongside her because there was no guesswork in what she's doing. There's no confusion, right? Yesterday, I used the word, I said, I'm confused there. And she said, I'm not confused. I just need clarity. I'm seeking clarity. And I'm like, oops, I'm never going to use that word again.
I learned that from my husband. Thanks.
Yes. Never going to use that word again. She said, I'm not confused. I'm just seeking clarity. I'm like, ooh, okay. I love that one.
No, God is good, because I went from, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't. I just listen. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And just learning, and I put these things in what she calls the Mission Bible.
Yeah, sure, it's a Missions Bible.
Yeah, and she's gonna publish my Missions Bible.
There you go, perfect. She already has it. It's easy.
So anyway, that's the update for day 1 to 4.
Yeah, day 1 through 4.
We hope you guys have enjoyed it.
Yes, and if you're watching the replay, just know that we thank you for watching.
Absolutely,
and that again, like she said at the beginning. You'll hear she'll drop a little.
It's coming. I'm just trying.
It's coming.
So we're gonna drop something,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be sometime. Maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe it's if I can find a little time to drop it. You
Mhm.
know, but over in the next couple days, we're
Yeah.
gonna drop something. So stay tuned. If you have
Yeah.
any interest, because I know there have been a number of you who have expressed interest. Hey, I'd like to, be able to go on the next one.
Yeah.
Or what all does it take and all this kind of stuff. So we're gonna be dropping a little, a little something.
A little hints about where and what.
Yes.
So exciting.
Yeah. So
All right.
that's that, because I
it.
think it's like one something here.
Yeah, it is 12:53.
Yes. And I said
Yep.
I was getting up at 5 to go on a walk.
Oh yeah, you doing? I ain't doing that. That's what that sounds.
Yeah, I said I was getting up to go on
Yeah.
my walk. So we thank you guys. We love you guys. Stay tuned in. We'll continue to, post pictures and videos as we can.
Yeah.
All the other missionaries are doing the same. Hey, Linda, how are you? All the other missionaries are doing the same. They're
Yeah.
making posts. You can follow the hashtags, hashtag KMT 2023 or hashtag MM4H missions, and just see the stuff that's being posted. All right.
All right, guys. Have a great night. Talk to you soon.
Bye.